Welcome to another edition of Hunk of Junk Car Mods Garage. Alright, today we're going to be doing our honing on our 302 motor. If you notice back in part 1, this is part 2. Part 1 we cleaned it up, we used some stuff that draws the rust out. We showed you this lubricant stuff that we found at the dollar store, and then we used a brake cleaner to clean it off, and then of course we sprayed it back again to protect it for the time that we couldn't get to it to hone it out yet and get it to where it is completely clean. We do not completely clean it until we've honed it out. Then we use Dawn dish soap, the old stuff that is a grease cutter, and we wash it with that. But right now we're going to be doing our honing today. What we have here is our DeWalt high-powered drill. We have a ball hone. In other words, it's called a flex hone. If you guys are looking to order one or whatever, it's called a flex hone. You can buy them on eBay for pretty cheap. These work really good. They also have another honer that is bars with metal, but I don't like to use that because you can break the tips when you go down into the cylinder with it. But right now, we're going to get started with our ball honing. We're going to put our ball hone in our drill. Get her to spin. We'll put her down here. Get some of that excess off. What we got here is a mixture of 1/4 transmission fluid and 3/4 oil. This will help keep the lubricant and the transmission fluid in there, will help cut. What we're going to do, we're going to take it, we're going to dip our hands in it a little bit, we're going to come in, we're going to wash the cylinder with it. Get it right down in there, get her good and lubricated all the way around. This is our first cylinder. We don't want to do it and then try to go, do every one and then try to come back and do it. I need a rag. A rag right over here. Move all our stuff off of our parts and everything. Alright. Now we've got that one already lubricated. We're going to take our ball hone. We're going to stick it in here. Get it ready. We're going to go 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you want to come out fairly fast. So we're going to check that, see where we're at. We're going to take a rag here, wipe it out, clean it all up. We can see we've done some cutting in it. Look at that. Now this motor here did not have any lips. If you can take your finger and catch it there, it needs a ridge reamer. We will show you the ridge reamer. Alright, but it doesn't need any ridge reamer. There's nothing that catches in any of the cylinders. Now if you look at that cylinder, clean it out real good there, you can see our cross cuts and everything in it. And it is done. That's 10 times. It's nice and clean, nice and shiny. So now we're going to go through and we're going to do the rest of ours. Take our tranny fluid and our oil mixture, get it on our hands, rub it in the cylinder all the way around, make sure you get it all dressed. Get it all good and yucky in there. This is a messy job. Wipe our hands off and repeat. Now this is a 120 grit ball hone. That's all you should need. They got 220, but 120 grit I feel works really good. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When you're exiting, you want to exit it fairly fast so it cuts across the other cuts on it. And then we'll take it, clean it out. Big old rag, a little hard to get down in there. We've already done this to our lifter ports. I take a drill bit and I cover it with Scotch-Brite and I do it as if I'm honing it. The same way as I'm doing this. A little bit of tranny fluid, a little bit of oil, and use the Scotch-Brite. Alright, I'm going to show you something here so that you can see this. Turn this a little bit into the light. Right down there, you see that little black mark right there? There's a little bit of a mark there on that. What we're going to do, we did it 10 times, but that didn't come out. You don't want to do it a whole bunch of times because you'll start boring your cylinder out. So what we're going to do is we're going to probably run through there like 3 or 4 times. One more time to see if we can clean that up. If we can't clean it up, we're going to leave it. So again, we're going to take our oil stuff, tranny fluid and oil mixture. We're going to soak that cylinder down with it. We're going to come here. Grab our ball hone. I'm going to get my hands clean. We'll come down in the cylinder again. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if we cleaned it up at all. Sometimes all they are is just a stain where the piston doesn't quite go all the way down, and the motor oil that is coming up from the bottom to lubricate everything put a stain in there. Everything splatters everywhere, so you got to clean them all real good. But alright, we did get rid of some of the stain a little bit there. There's still a little bit left, but we're going to leave that. That's okay. So, all our cylinders, if you look at them all, are all really good, nice and good. All nice and clean. Alright, that's it for our ball honing. We're going to take this motor next here and we're going to take it out. We're going to spray it down with some stuff, clean it, bring it back in, and we're going to have it ready to put our main and rod bearings in and then we'll be able to close off our bottom end. We got to put our pistons together and everything like that. I'll put the rings on it. That'll be another segment here. But we're going to take the motor out here, and we're going to clean it and wash it and everything like that. Alright, we're going to take our lubricant. We're done with this for this segment. We took and honed it out. We've washed it with soap and water. We've cleaned it all up. The motor looks really nice, really clean. We're going to take our lubricant, we're going to spray it on a rag, because we're going to take a little bit, and we're going to wipe our cylinders. If you noticed, and it'll happen to you, our cylinders immediately start getting little rust marks on them. So anything that is going to have a port in it, like your cylinders and your lifter holes, we're going to take and rub them with this lubricant to keep them oiled so they don't rust, keep them clean, like this. Roll it all the way around. Make it all nice and clean again. It'll take the rust right off. It's just after the water and the air, and that's what creates rust. We'll wipe our little tops of our cylinders down a little bit just to make sure they're okay. Down through where our distributor goes. Every cylinder. Rag saturated so we can buzz right through it. Alright. Now, we've got our cylinders. We've got our timing chain, or our distributor hole. The rag won't fit down in there, it'll take too damn long. So what we do is we take our fingers and soak them down with the lubricant, both sides, and we do our valve holes. It just makes it a lot faster, and your skin is like a rag. It'll have some, especially my hands, they're rough. Most mechanics, their hands are rough because they use cleaners and everything else. You soak your hand down, go through. Don't matter if you get a little bit in your valley there, that's going to have oil in it and everything like that, but we don't want to spray it down in there and have it saturated there. Some guys do, some guys don't, I don't know. It's up to what they want to do. But we're going to be waiting a little bit here to take and put our rod and main bearings in. The more saturated you can get them, the better off you are. If you want to take the stuff or your oil or whatever you're going to use, you put it in a bucket and just soak the rag down. That's fine and good too. using my hands on the cylinders too. I want to make sure these are really good and caked with it. I don't want to try to get any oils on the sides of the motor for painting purposes. Otherwise we'll have to rewash it again. Now if you look at them cylinders, they have, get my son to show you them, they have cleaned right up nice, look just like they did before. No rough spots or nothing on them. Okay. Now we'll take a dry rag. Alright, take a dry rag, clean our hands off, and we'll go around and wipe, try to keep it all bundled up, wipe some of this down so it doesn't run down into the, where we're going to have it painted. Well, also once we get the heads and everything on, we'll take it and put a little carburetor cleaner on it just in case, so that the paint will stick real good. Alright, what we're going to do next, my son's going to help me with this. We're going to wrap this in cellophane until we get to the part where we're going to take and bring it over a little bit more, let it hang on. Until we get to the part where we're going to take and use the main and rod bearings. Just take that sucker and just keep wrapping it. This will help keep moisture out. It'll help keep the lubricant in that we did to the cylinder. Keep going with it. Go around again and go down the other way. Alright, now go like this. That part we ain't got to worry about. Hold it tight. No shit. All sealed up. So, until next time, like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate all the guys that have watched, that are subscribers. Hope this has helped you guys out. We were asked for more into detail, so we're getting more into detail on this HO 302, and we'll see you next time when we go to put the bearings in. Have a great day.